Captain. The first 10 minutes is on you, brother.
Can you hear me?
Time will start when you start, Captain.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, we hear you, brother.
I appreciate it. In the words of Captain Tazaryach, Pastor Bennett is a hoe. In the words of Captain Tazaryach, Pastor Bennett is a hoe. Pastor Bennett repeated it, so I get to say it. You didn't check him for that.
Okay. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
So now, in Psalms 105, I'm going to start. This battle ain't about Africans or none of that nonsense like that. He's doing nothing but giving the usual, typical pastor distraction. This is about the promise. It ain't about feeding no damn Africans. If you notice, he didn't focus on me feeding the white people because he's catering to the black people in the conscious community that love Africans. So let's stop the nonsense. So now Psalms 105, it says, Psalms 105, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, if you could stop my time for 1 second, I forgot to share my screen.
All right, time is stopped, brother.
I appreciate it. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Your screen is shared.
I appreciate it. Okay, so now what I'm going to focus on is all scriptures. So we're going to start here at Psalms 105 and 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. That's important because chosen is going to be in the Old Testament and New Testament. He is the Lord our God, his judgments in all the earth. He hath remembered his covenant forever. He hath remembered his covenant forever. Forever. Never said that covenant was going to change. He said he remembered it forever. Verse 9, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob, which I'm also going to show. And for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant. He's going to have to show this covenant went to other nations. That's what he's going to have to show this covenant went to other nations. That's what he's going to have to show this covenant went to other nations.
Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do you before the Lord your God, all the men of Israel, your stranger that is in thy camp, that thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord
have to show this covenant went to other nations.
All the men of Israel, your stranger that is in thy camp, thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord
to show, saying unto thee will I give thee the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. It says, when they are but few men in number, yea, few, and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. He reproved kings for their sakes. These are all the things that the Lord did for the nation of Israel. Verse 15, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do not my prophets no harm. So when you see the anointed, that's Israel. The chief anointed is Christ. That's why we call him Mashiach, which means anointed. So now let's get a little history. So we're going to go to Genesis, the 12th chapter, 12 and 1. It says, now the Lord said unto Abraham, get thee out of thy country and thy kindred and thy father's house. And I will bless thee, and I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. So there's people that are going to get a bless, and people that are going to get a curse. And in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Meaning, because of us in power, is how the other nations will be blessed. The pastor is going to tell you that the other nations get a blessing outside of that. So now,
all right, let me stop his time. He paused it because something happened to him.
Now let's go to Genesis 17.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
17. What happened?
Hey, you going?
Okay, don't sweat. Genesis 17 and 15. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarah thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but shalt call her name Sarah. And I will bless her and give thee a son also. She had one son. But listen to this. It says, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Not singular, because she only had Isaac, so that should be one nation. But it says she shall be a mother of nations because of what Israel would become, not only as a nation, but a nations, meaning plural, which I'll explain. So now that's Genesis 17 and 15 and 16. And then it says, and Abraham said, O God, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. Now, and God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with seed after him. That's clear for Isaac. He gets the promise, he gets the covenant. As for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him. So Ishmael get his little blessing. He get his little piece of land. He says, Ishmael get his little blessing. He get his little piece of land. He says, but my covenant will I establish with Isaac. So just because a nation gets blessed does not mean they get the covenant. Because a nation gets blessed does not mean they get the covenant. Not mean they get the covenant.
All the men of Israel, your little stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God and into his oath, which the Lord
not mean they get the covenant.
Thou shouldest enter into covenant with the Lord thy God and into his oath, which the Lord thy...
Distinction here. Now, clear distinction here.